Every year, France continues to be among the most visited countries in the world. France has a lot to offer, including many of the world's most popular landmarks and tourist spots, as well as the legendary French cuisine. So, if you're planning to visit France for holidays, then you must know 11 do's and don'ts before planning your trip and packing your bags, and to help you become an ideal tourist in beautiful France. 1. Don't be picky about food in a restaurant, it's considered rude. French people are coming around to the idea of food allergies and intolerances, but they have taken time and effort over their dishes, and will not welcome attempts to alter their menus. People have been thrown out of restaurants for trying to make changes to dishes, so be aware of this before you order. Obviously, it is acceptable to ask for meat to be cooked rare or well done, but be aware that the waiter will want you to experience the food in the best way the chef intended. So, they may make recommendations as to how your food should be eaten. 2. Don't make negative comments about their country. The French are a proud nation and fiercely patriotic. Look at the symbols of national pride in Paris, the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe, built by Napoleon Bonaparte, for example. The Arc was built so the French people would remember Napoleon and his battle success, and to French people, it says France. They are proud of their nation and proud of their government. It's best not to insult these institutions, or you are likely to get a very direct response. Their national motto is equality, liberty, and fraternity, and people believe the French respect equality above the others. 3. Take gifts if you are invited to dinner, but never take wine. French dining is a minefield in itself. If you are invited to a French family's home, the first thing to remember is that guests are expected to arrive up to an hour after the time stated. The host will wait until all guests have arrived before serving drinks, and no one should eat at the table until the host has signaled the start of the meal. You may think of taking a gift for the hostess, which will be received graciously. However, if you take wine, it will be seen as an insult to the host, as if to imply that they cannot choose decent wine for themselves. 4. Be prepared to be judged by how you dress. The French value their style and try to remain clean and well-groomed in all situations. Indeed, it is frowned upon to adopt casual dress in some situations, so be careful of upsetting people if you are being taken out by French folk. This is particularly important in restaurants. The French have a more formal attitude to dressing, and they expect people to dress up to dine out. The French have an innate sense of style, and it comes easily to them, but try and err on the side of more formal, and you are more likely to get it right. 5. Don't be surprised at being kissed, it's very normal as a greeting. If you meet a stranger in France, the correct greeting is to shake hands. When you are introduced to a friend or acquaintance, they will kiss you on both cheeks and possibly on the original cheek a second time. Don't be offended by this, it is simply a custom. French people find hugging awkward, so try and avoid it unless you know the person well. Always make sure that you greet people with a bonjour. French people are sticklers for etiquette, but are more reserved in some ways, so don't expect the American level of smiles and conversation. 6. Make an effort to speak French, even a bonjour will help. When you are greeting a French person, it is not regarded as polite to say hi or hello. It is a compliment to use French and to say, bonjour madame/monsieur. This may seem old-fashioned, but it is common practice in France, and will endear you to a French person. Similarly, it is polite to say au revoir or goodbye when departing, even from a shop where you haven't bought anything. It will be regarded as rude to omit this. If you do have any French, then it will be greatly appreciated if you use it, but as many people speak English, they may soon lapse into your language once the initial gesture has been made. Whether you're off to France for the weekend, for a week, or for a month-long rendezvous, you should never forget to pack with you some basic French words and phrases. Remember that you're in a foreign land, and while many French people speak English, you'll never know when the phrases will come in handy. You won't need to buy an English-French dictionary or enroll in a French language course to enjoy France, though it would surely help. But for starters, you can get by with just a few phrases like these. Bonjour, hello. Merci, thank you. Oui, yes. Pardon, excuse me. S'il vous plaît, please. Au revoir, goodbye. Je ne parle pas français, I don't speak French. En anglais, s'il vous plaît, in English, please. 7. Do ride the metro at night and take the bus occasionally. Another must-do in France is to take a ride on the metro, ideally at night when the views are majestic and the city is sparkling with its lights. It is also one of the best ways to feel like a local. Just remember that the metro does not run 24/7. So if you're planning some late night traveling which necessitates riding the train in the wee hours, better check the schedule first. Aside from minding the schedule, you should also remember to hold on to your ticket until the exit station. Losing your train ticket will prompt the metro police to fine you €35 on the spot. Not good. When you're not riding the metro, you should try the bus too. It's less crowded than the metro, and it provides just as endearing scenic views while on the road. Bus stops are pretty much all around the city, so you might as well try it to feel and look more local. 8. Do be mindful about pickpockets. Americans are a big draw. There is always a risk of pickpockets, especially in major cities. However, tourists are a particular draw for pickpockets as they are often distracted and have something with them worth stealing. Once a pickpocket hears an American accent, they may think they have struck gold. Take the usual precautions, carry the minimum with you, keep things in secure bags rather than pockets, and wear a bag over the body rather than on the shoulder. Be extra careful near ATMs or in very crowded places or on public transport. French people may be just as well behaved as any nationals, but there is a criminal fraternity in every country. 9. Do tip your waiter when ordering in cafes and restaurants. Unlike in America, tipping in France, particularly in Paris, works out differently. When dining in restaurants and cafes, the tip is already included in your check as required by French law. It is the 15% service charge or service compris you see in your check. Giving a little extra tip to your waiter, however, is highly encouraged and appreciated. You are not obligated to do so, but it's common courtesy nonetheless. Giving tips to taxi drivers, restroom attendants, and usherettes are also encouraged. An extra tip doesn't have to be big, just a couple of euro as your way of saying thank you. 10. Do loosen up and bring an adventurous spirit when in France. To fully enjoy the beauty that is France, loosen up and live a little. Even if it's your first time in the country, you have nothing to worry about if you bring with you an adventurous spirit. This is your time to explore and have fun. So, go ahead and just do it. Remember, we are talking about France here, one of the most traveled and loved destinations in the world. Might as well enjoy every minute of your vacation, even if you can't find your way and get lost at some point. Shop to your heart's content, explore both the tourist and non-tourist spots, and of course, eat a lot. And make some friends too while you're at it. 11. Do be polite to shopkeepers and treat them as equals. It is regarded as very rude if you don't greet the shopkeeper when you enter their shop, whether you are intending to buy something or just browsing. When leaving the shop, you should also say goodbye to them. Shopkeepers regard themselves as equals to anyone else, so they do not tolerate being spoken to rudely or treated as inferior. If you are in a hurry, be prepared to be patient. There is no room for rushing in and rushing out of a French shop. Servers may refuse to give you what you want if they think you are rude. Manners are more important to a French shopkeeper than making money. There you have it. 11 do's and don'ts that you should get acquainted with before visiting France. These are not rigid rules that you should live by whilst in the country, but you should see it as a collection of tips to help you enjoy and explore France to fullest. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.